Welcome to the Hanging with Humans podcast. This is your host, RJ. I'm here in Los Angeles, California, a place that I lived for a few years over the course of my life. I'm here visiting my sister right now, but a big reason why I came out here is to do an interview. And I'll be doing that with my boy, Quie. What up, Quie?
What up, broski?
How we doing?
I'm doing good.
Great. So, Quie, I came to move out here, live with my sister. And we were looking it up. I met him on a Ty Dolla $ign's music video shoot, and we just met on set. And we started talking, and we stayed in contact ever since then. And he came out here to chase his music dreams, and I came out here just to find myself, kind of. So I'm here visiting my sister, doing all that, catching up, and I was like, my boy, he just dropped his new EP. Which is going right now, and if you get a chance, go check out my boy's new EP he just dropped. But yeah, it turns out 2017 is when we met, and our lives have just gone in completely different directions, and we've gone through a lot, and this podcast a lot has to do with mental health, and so we're gonna kind of dive into the things that we went through on his come up and what he's doing now in life and things he's gone through and how everything's working out for him right now. So with that being said, Quie, I'm going to interview you and learn a little bit about you. You
Yes,
ready
sir.
to do that?
Yes, sir. Let's do whatever you want to do, man.
Yes, sir. So we're here in the Velvet Room.
Yes, the Velvet Room.
The Velvet Room. How did you even stumble upon the Velvet Room to begin with?
So I have this producer, Daniel Richard. Shout out to Daniel, bro. We were collabing a little bit. He got like 3 placements on this EP.
Nice.
And I remember one time he invited me to this like beat camp, or like it's just like a group of friends just producing, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna pull up because like, yeah, young producer's fire.
Yeah.
He was in this room.
Right.
Come up in this room, and like the owner of this studio is basically one of his good friends. Shout out to Hwhp. And you feel me? Ever since then, I've been locked into this room because it's such a vibe in here.
It really is, bro. We've been going through my process a little bit. We've been here for a few hours, and the energy, bro. It moves in here. It feels good. Like whatever kind of art you want to make in here, like you got the space to do it, and I feel like you can be in your thoughts and not have anything else kind of like enter in. Like that's what I get from the vibes here.
Yeah, it's very feng shui, man. It's very much a vibe. It's very much like my getaway. I've learned that you only let certain energies into that space as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you don't want nothing to
Latch on. You don't want
disrupt the
the flow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is really my feng shui room. It used to be like Ferg right here.
Yeah.
They changed it a little bit. They changed a few things in here since the last time I've been in here.
Yeah.
But it's still the same.
Yeah. All the memories. 2017. That's when you first moved out here, right?
Yes, sir. Like May 2017, I think.
That's right, man. That's crazy, bro. It's good.
It's been a long time, bro.
It's been a long time.
A long road, bro.
I know. And a lot of things I talk about on the podcast, like I'm kind of going through my travels and going back to the places I lived and meeting the people, talking to those people that made an impact in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody I talk to, it's like I take a little bit away from, like whether it's the do's, the don'ts, the bads, like I ain't gonna make that mistake because I heard it.
Real talk.
That's real. And yeah, man, it's good to see that you're doing good. So now I want to, get into the nitty gritties and kind of get your story out there. And then we'll end on some questions and some shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll both get back to work like we do.
Let's get it, bro.
All right, bro. All right, so you're 32.
Yep.
And you were born in Louisiana.
Yes.
That's home?
New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes, that's home.
That is
for
home.
sure. I just came back from there last weekend.
Yeah, you were doing was it a graduation?
Yeah, my cousin, he graduated law school.
Okay, yeah, that's a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
You guys did it up?
Yeah.
That's good.
It always feels good to be home,
It does. How often do you go home?
I've been back twice this year. Once for the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and then for this graduation, I plan on going probably like one or twice more.
Okay. Okay.
Save one for every season.
Yep. Celebration. We turn that down like half a notch. Thank you. So Louisiana, that's where you lived first, and then we'll get into Atlanta and Los Angeles and those travels.
Mm-hmm.
What age was it when you left to go to Atlanta? That was your first move, right?
Yeah, like as a grown, like, that was 2014, 2015-ish. So I want to say I was probably like 23, 24 around that age.
Okay, so up until then, Louisiana is all you know.
I wouldn't say it's all I know. My mom, she's from Trinidad.
Okay, yeah.
My grandparents, they're from Grenada. My earliest memories, like, not to get off what we're talking about.
We're on. Keep going on.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to get down and and learn about your family and everything.
So like my earliest memories is me being in Grenada with my mom, and I used to think I was 4. My whole life I thought I was 4 years old when that happened.
Yeah.
And recently I asked her, and she was like, "That was 1995. I was born in '93, so I was 2 years old. Not even probably 2. Who knows how? I probably was 1 going on 2. But that's like my earliest memories. And Grenada, Trinidad. I went to Trinidad in 2008 for the first time. And I think just doing that at a young age just like showed me that there's more,
Perspective.
So New Orleans is like my upbringing,
Mm-hmm.
but I did have different
Trinidad.
I had different things.
Okay. So you got family in both places.
Trinidad, Grenada, here.
All over the place. I love it.
Trying to be.
So, what's life like growing up in Louisiana and where you grew up? Take me through, the neighborhood, your family. You live with your mom, you live with your dad. Like, how did that look like?
Live with my mom. My dad, he went about his business.
Yeah.
Around the time I was born or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how us men and women, we go through things. It was my mom, a lot of island influence, a lot of island music. So I didn't really, let's say, grow up American.
Okay.
Their best friends were Trinidadian. So I grew up listening to that music. But I'm outside hanging out with my friends, so I got that also. My father, he's actually from Michigan. They're from Flint.
Okay.
Grandparents from that side is like Tennessee, and I just learned a lot about them last year. Sharecroppers, going into masonry, a whole bunch of other stuff. But
way down there.
it was mainly my mom. And in New Orleans, man, where I grew up on the west bank of New Orleans, and gunshots every night you hear. A lot of my friends, some of them dead, some of them killers, and it's crazy. Like I grew up, let's say in Harvey, they call it White Harvey that I grew up in. So there's a skinny canal that separates us from Black Harvey, and that's where everything's going down at, So it's, and my friends over there too, So and we all got to go to school together and all of that stuff. It's just that, this is where the white people live, this is where the black people live. They make this much money over here, and my mom was blessed enough to buy a house on this side and bring us up the best way she can, because
You heard that ain't easy by yourself.
no, it's not by yourself raising 4 kids. 4, not at all.
Yeah.
Single
My mom
mother,
did it. Yep. Shout out to your mom.
Always.
Yeah, mom's played a big role in your life growing up.
Yeah, hustler mentality.
Yeah.
Always told me, you want to own your own business. You don't want to work for nobody, and that's what we talked about, the entrepreneurship and that level of shit, and that comes from that.
That comes from that. For sure. Mom was a hustler. Music, entrepreneurship. That's kind of your avenues right now. When did you develop those type of things? Did that come from the Louisiana bring up, or did you develop like when did the music stuff start? When did when did that start?
It's funny, man, because last year I found out my dad used to play drums for James Brown.
Really?
Yeah, so like growing up, I got like this old picture. Um, my
You
dad
should
and
hear his Motown, like
yeah,
straight up, yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
And my dad, he's a master pianist. He like could play anything with his eyes closed, like hands moving so fast.
Yeah.
It's like how is that possible? But from from little, he had us playing instruments. Every instrument. I grew up playing the violin. That type of stuff. And that's where that influence comes from. And he always used to like send like tapes of Michael Jackson, like his old videos and stuff. It was always there.
Yeah.
And then on my mother's side, we grew up in a church. My grandmother had a church in Louisiana, and my grandmother was a singer. Like me and my brother are the only guys that could sing in the family. We the only ones that could really sing in the family.
Really?
But other than that, it was my grandmother, and she used to always sing in church. So the gospel hymns and hymns and stuff. That I think that plays a part in it also.
I love when that pours into hip hop too as well, and R&B. Like those are some of my favorite tracks. Or like those old samples from that type.
Yeah, real shit.
That's
Real shit. That's the best thing. It's so soulful,
Mm-hmm. I love mixing those worlds together. So Louisiana. Let's see. Louisiana. You go to Atlanta. What? I know a job took you there, right? That's how we got there. Katrina. That's what happened.
The first time I went to Atlanta, it was Katrina.
That's the first time.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through how that happened?
Shit, I'm in middle school. Shit. In Louisiana, like me and Florida people, we always have this joke. It's like we used to hurricanes because it's every year. Every year. It's not like an earthquake that comes out of nowhere. It's like, nah, we know around this time.
We know it's about to happen.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's just like Trina coming, and they're like, man, we ain't worrying about this shit. And then they start getting bigger, and it's like, man, we ain't. All right, we just gonna get out of here just for, just to be safe. You feel me? Yeah. So, we boarded up the house, packed everything. My brother wanted to stay. So we went to Houston, stayed there until like it did what it did. Then we picked up my brother and we went straight to Atlanta. Yeah.
You have family at those spots that you were going
to? No, not really. Louisiana folks, we got family in Houston. We got family throughout the South.
Yeah.
But that exactly. But to think of like immediate family, nah, because my mom's like first generation immigrant. I'm the first, so we don't really got that many people.
My mom was a soldier, bro. She just taking the kids, we gone.
Yeah, we gone. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. That was the first time. Was there any major events in your life of living in Louisiana? You grew up in where you grew up, but you happen to be on the other side of that line, which is good. You lost a lot of friends, and then on the other side of the gun too, same thing. I have that familiar sort of path of growing up. What kept you from going down that road? I know your mom was like a strong guide for you and your siblings, but what else like kept you from like being in the streets? Because it's easy to get pulled into it.
I got pulled into it at another age, but like early on, let's just say this. Parents have a way of controlling things. They could control the narrative of their child if they want to, So certain strings were pulled where it's like, I just strayed away from it. I got stabbed. I was in a fight. I got stabbed in my head and on my neck. And after that, I just like, I fought a lot. I was in martial arts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I always been like a fighter. But after that, it's like, let me chill for a little bit. And I started playing baseball.
Nice.
So I think like the baseball separated me from hanging out after school, doing some other shit that I didn't have no business doing. You know, I think that was like a big part of it. But also just having a self knowledge of like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do no
Yeah.
bullshit.
You know what the consequences are. Like you see it. Like
Yeah, it's around us. You know.
absolutely, absolutely. What took you to Atlanta? Because we went over it a little bit. You're 13 and it's 2008. Is that when?
Yeah, that's when we first went to Atlanta
That's the
for
first time.
Katrina. Yeah.
All right, and then you're in your 20s when you
When
go,
I go back to
you
Atlanta.
go back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, what takes you back to Atlanta?
Some shit happened. Like
The stuff we were going.
yeah,
all get into?
I dropped out of college. I was at Nicholls State in Louisiana.
Were you playing baseball?
Nah, not at Nicholls State. They actually got a really good program.
Yeah,
so,
they do. That's all. That's
yeah. I wanted to walk on, but like honestly, like I think I stayed at Nicholls for a year, sat out, went back, and like that's when like maturity. I wouldn't say maturity hit, but like it's just like I know what I want now.
Yeah.
Shit start to click, drop out.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? We could go through that whole little process. We ain't gotta go through all of it.
No.
But you know, yeah, just going to college, separating from the city, doing your mischief in college. You know, you seeing the ropes of that, and then it's like, man, I want. As you know, a lot of people drop out.
Yeah.
I wasn't in my classes. I used to minor in music, but I would skip class and I would be making beats in my room. I have a bitch in my bed, but you know, you feel me? But I'm in my room, like making beats, and my fucking teacher mad at me, like, you got so much potential, but why? It's because you're really not teaching me. It's like us as sponges, like we gain what we need, and then after that, it's like I don't need it. You know,
It's excess shit.
It's excess. So I don't need to be here. So that's why my grades slipped. I left out of school. I moved to New Orleans, man. Shit, I got in the street. You feel me? I see shit happen. I was like, fuck this shit. I got a job offer in Atlanta. I said, I was gone.
What before we go into Atlanta, I got a couple of questions about just your roots of Louisiana a little bit. How did the culture of Louisiana shape you personally? Like, do you take any of that, and is it like your music?
Every day, man. It's being from New Orleans is, I wouldn't, you know, every place got its what's going on there, but like New Orleans is just a different. It's just a different monster to me, and it shaped the hustler in me. It shaped the hard worker in me. It shaped like the chip on my shoulder. You know, because that place is a tough place. That ain't no easy place.
No,
not at all. It's a very tough place, and
very high rates of a lot of things.
A lot of things, and but like the music, the culture, the food, it's all flavor. You know, like you watch the Powerpuff Girls, you know, and he just putting all this shit in the pot. You know, there's a whole bunch of shit in the pot that fucking shapes you, and yeah, man. Every day in my music, in the way I walk and talk to people, you know, you know, the hospitality. There's so much shit.
That's a big one. Yeah. People are missing that a lot these days, unfortunately. You know,
man.
You know how it is.
It's like there's like this divide now. It's like since the computer came, it's like it's a detachment now. It's really hard to
connect.
Yeah.
Like when you're so connected to this, how do you even like, you know, this is the reality that we're supposed to be living in.
Now we in the matrix.
Now, you gotta escape it, bro. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to promote. Is you gotta escape the matrix, bro.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yep. So, all right, what's something about growing up there that people outside of the South don't understand about where you grew up?
That's hard. That's hard to say because I don't know the perspective of someone that's outside. Well, I know some perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Living in California, I see how
Yeah.
some people don't live off the west side. You know, they've been there their whole life.
Yeah.
Kind
of different world sometimes.
If I had anything, I would just say to the people there, it's just like there's more here. There's more to the world than where we at. It's like I said, from a young age, my mom bring me to Grenada when I'm 2. It's like it shows me that there's more. Like my first memory is of the waterfall there. You know, there's no waterfalls in New Orleans, so of course I want to go to the waterfalls. I want to know what, you know. And a lot of us get stuck where we at, and there's a lot of shit that goes on in life that makes us stop and be stagnant or be complacent. But there's way more in this world than what we know.
If you don't grow and if you don't expand your mind to try and learn that, your world is gonna be so just
Real shit.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like waking up like that every day and just being like, I'm cool with knowing what I know
And sometimes it's like, but we're not aware that that's what we're in. You know, it's like the analogy with the fish bowl. Like if a fish is in this small bowl, it's only gonna grow to. But if you put it in a big ass, you know, and sometimes the fish don't even know it's in a fish bowl.
That's true.
Because that's all it knows.
That's all it knows.
It don't know it's an ocean out there.
It's the perfect fucking analogy, like, for real, about life, growing, and traveling to experience those things. You gotta experience people. You really gotta be around other
people, other cultures, because
that's everything.
You know,
because everyone does it different. Everyone does it mostly different, like other countries. Like we got it good here.
Right, some people do it wrong. You know, and it's up to us as humans. One of the main goals is reproduction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We should want to gain the knowledge to give that to our seed.
Pass it down.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But if we know only this and we can only teach this, how can we
expand anything? How can anything grow? How does a culture grow? You know?
Exactly.
You get it, bro. The job. What was the job there in Atlanta? And there was a moment that what took you out of Atlanta to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
How was your experience in Atlanta that time before things went bad?
I was working, man.
Just grinding.
It's like I dropped out of school. Then I was making fast money. Well, I dropped out of school. I started working at Jimmy John's, Drew Brees shit. Learn shit and some knowledgeable shit. Then I worked somewhere else, got in the street, and it was like, fuck this. My brother got me the job in Atlanta. And I was taking pictures of cars,
Yeah.
And it's just like my first real job. Like I'm making like 50 bands a year.
Nice.
Like he set me up nice. It's basically we'll take pictures. We had a set of dealerships throughout Atlanta. We'll pull up. We'll take pictures of the cars. I had to go through training in Jacksonville, hot as fuck.
Yeah.
But to do that, and you're making good money. You taking like 20, 30 pictures of cars a day with a video, and probably doing like 20 cars. You get paid per car.
Nice.
That was the job. But you in the sun. Yeah, you hustling.
Yeah.
You hustling. But me as a young man is like, man, I don't know the value of it. You feel me? It's very valuable, but I don't know the value of it because that's not what I want to be doing. And I want to do what I want to do to get where I want to go. But
with shortcuts,
not even shortcuts. It's just that I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
And even with that job, they had me fly out here. We flew out here. Flew me to Orange County.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to move to California. When I was in New Orleans, it was like, do I want to go to New York or do I want to go to California?
Yeah.
I visited out here in like 08 after I came from Trinidad. I visited my uncle. out in Compton, Long Beach and shit.
Yeah.
And I just was like, man, I want to go to Cali. So when I was leaving New Orleans, I was telling my homies, I was like, man, let's go to Cali. But you know, they got family. I got family too, but I don't really give a fuck. It's like I know there's more out there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't scared.
Yo. But what we talking about?
Oh yeah. So your uncle was out here.
Yeah.
Did
So
you have
they
any other
flew me
people
out
out
here? Nah. Well,
You wasn't scared to come out
I
here.
got
That's
two
what
uncles out here, but like one of my uncles, he gave me the key to his apartment. You feel me? In Long Beach and shit. But yeah. So they flew me out here. But it was like so far away from Hollywood. I'm like, I can't do what I want to do. I'm out here working. If they move me out here, I'll be out here working.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, and it's hot. Yeah, I was in Orange County, and the one person that was like rude to me was a black person.
Really?
Crazy. And I was crazy.
Yeah.
So he was chucking and driving. He trying to suck up to his, whatever. But I went back to Atlanta, and some racist shit happened. Or whatever, I ended up quitting that job. But in the process of me quitting that job, on that job, I met a homie, and like our whole group, I clicked with the whole group. You know, one of the homies from New Orleans, he was a producer, homie the rapper. Then my brother to this day, Zay, he from Chicago. He knew them through Twitter or whatever. He moved from Chicago or whatever. You know, he done took photos for like Tiana, Summer Walker. He was her assistant, like a few shits. But
he was making music.
But this was like the beginning of it. You feel me? It's like we all just like clicked, and it was right before I quit or whatever. I had quit that job, and we was just on the hustle, bro. Like we'll pull up on Gucci, man. We'll be on Snapchat trying to figure out where DJ Khaled at. Like, no, for real. Like we chilled. Me and Zay was talking about it earlier today. Like we chilled in the Lowe's Hotel for like we got there at like 2.
Yeah.
We ain't see Khaled until like 1 a.m. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like we was in the lobby just chilling, running across people, and then like at 10, 11ish. Dude come in, he fly as fuck. My homie was like, man, that's somebody. I'm like, man, that ain't nobody, bro. He was like, man, that's somebody. I'm like, man, that ain't no. He's like, let me charge my phone. Charged his phone, came back. This him. It was fucking Lenny S. Kodak Lens. He's up there in Rock Nation or whatever.
Yeah.
And at first when we told him, we was like, yo. He was like, I'm nobody. I'm like, yeah, that nigga got on fake Yeezys, bro. That ain't nobody. He was like, yeah, I'm nobody. But then he showed me up. We walked up to him. We was like, you Lenny S. He was like, ching ching. We sat there and had like a 30-minute conversation with him.
Yeah.
Khaled came down, chopped it up with him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just like, that was our little clique. Like we pulled up on Ross, and my homie, he posted it on Twitter. Ross hit him up, come to the crib. He was at Ross' crib for like 3 months. You feel me?
Beats.
So that's how I met our mentor. So basically, say we dropped them off at Ross' crib, you know, shit happened. I moved here. I moved to Cali. And in the process of that happened, I know that's Ross' producer. He sees Zay and was like, come with me. I need you to do some shit. And they ended up flying to California. Zay introduced him to me. He started bringing me to the studios, sitting in, writing sessions, seeing him make beats for Block Boy, JB, and all this. You know, I don't really care to name drop. But you know, he just brought me in the atmosphere, you know, and teaching me a lot of shit about the game. And that was my introduction into the music industry. But it started from moving to, you know? Yeah. Hell yeah. I know we skipped a whole bunch of steps.
No, you're good.
Hell yeah.
I'm just very interested in it all for sure.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how it came to be. You know what I mean? Like, cause like we've been on friends for social media since then, right?
Yeah,
so I
for
could
sure.
always, see, you don't really be posting like that no more, which is like I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
That I'm on the same shit, like a bunch of years ago I just like I'm done posting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. Yeah, like you get over it, yo. It's like I think it's maturity because a lot of people like a lot of this shit is fake, man. A lot of people want to be in front of a camera
Yeah.
showing their lifestyle, but that's not really what's going on behind the scenes.
it's not.
And it goes with the mental health. Everybody want an image. Sometimes you gotta be authentic. I ain't even want to rock none of this shit, but you was like, man, bro.
In a couple years it's gonna be
you
way
feel
heavy.
me? You feel me?
know,
It's already heavy, but it's
yeah.
it's like I don't really like. You don't need to show.
You
You
don't
don't
need
need
to.
to. You don't need to show nothing.
It makes the hard work that you do show at the end that much more beautiful, and the surprise that comes behind. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you worked for it.
yeah, exactly. Everybody flosses everything they have like nobody has it.
Yeah.
But like when you got something special, like you don't need to be even know what I'm doing in this place. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. This like I post little stories here and there, but this like people getting to see a real
Yeah.
glimpse of. I really wanted to show you the recording process. You feel me? One day.
The next thing I do when I come out here, we'll do like a little mini documentary and we'll do it and we'll catch up again and we'll see where you're at. And we'll do it like that because I still gotta go work with the boy out in Atlanta.
Oh nah, yeah, for sure. We gonna make that happen.
We gonna make that.
And also, shit, not to get off a little subject, the bro right here, so he used to ball overseas.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like, but now he's a designer.
Okay.
Bro, he made some pants for me. So fucking cold, bro. I was man, if he had them bitches on him right now.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Like this.
Hey, shout
So
it out,
many
bro.
stories.
I'm telling you,
Yes,
like,
sir.
hey, I just want to put people on that deserve it. I see the hard work that goes on behind, like we've been friends for a minute, bro,
Yeah.
and like you were just grinding. You're grinding the same, even though you put your product out, like that
But-
mentality is the same.
It's crazy but they don't get to see before. They don't get to see the rough days,
Yeah.
They don't.
You gotta hustle every day to be able to afford to even try to record. Like
Yeah.
there's so much that goes into it.
Man, I actually was thinking about a week ago. I was like, if I added up, like how many times I've been in this room. So not to, you feel me?
Yeah,
I usually get this room 12-hour sessions straight.
12-hour
Like
sessions.
so, it's only 12-hour sessions in here.
Yeah.
And I used to do that like 2-3 times a week. And I did that for like a year straight, like just grinding, And it was not only this studio, it was my homie Xander. We was at Trace Studios. That's my main engineer. And then my uncle, he got a studio also. We just going from place to place and putting that work in. You feel me?
For real. And when you go like, let's just say you're gonna go do a feature somewhere else, like you go in some other booth, like it's nothing. You already
It's
done
nothing,
it.
And it started way before this. It's like in New Orleans, my brother, Katrina happened.
Yeah.
My brother ended up going to jail in Atlanta.
Mhm.
And when he came back to New Orleans, in his crib, when I was in high school, he ended up building a booth. You feel me? Got the Pro Tools. So me and my homies, we all in his crib, and he doing tattoos and shit. And we just like playing around, you feel me?
Uh-huh.
With a basic fucking auto tune, you feel me? Like,
Bro. We were doing Fruity Loops and all
you
that shit
feel
before, bro.
I still use Fruity Loops.
There
That's
you
what's
go.
on there.
That shit.
FL Studio all
Yes,
day.
sir.
FL baby.
Yes, sir. So Los Angeles, that's when we meet.
Yes, sir.
You're grinding. So where you're at right now, I got some questions. So because mental health is a little bit about this too, right?
For sure.
You've been in the industry, like we'll say that, right? Music industry
Yeah.
since you've been out here for more than a handful of years, right? More than five.
I think I got in the music industry. Like I started to get around that like 2019.
All right. So you've been around. You've seen things. You've been to places. You've been to parties. You did whatever. Not no Diddy parties,
But you know,
ain't no Diddy parties.
Diddy
Hell nah.
parties.
But honestly, man,
Yeah.
shit.
You already know. But about the mental health thing, how's the music industry affected your mental health, like positively and or negatively?
You know,
Cause I've been around a lot of shit too, man. I was partying my ass off when I was out here.
see, this is the thing. Like, all of us got different upbringing, and this world makes us into what we are, right?
Yeah.
But the way we are kind of like helps shape that. And you got to be able to like sometimes withstand things, or it's about how tough are you? Do you have thick skin? All this extra shit.
Yep.
It's so many variables. So with the music industry, like you know the Diddy parties, or like
there's just shit out there like easily all the time. Like
nah, it's not even in a negative way. It's just like you just see humans.
you know,
And the way humans behave, you know. Have you ever like just people watch?
all the time.
You feel me?
one of
It's
my
just the
favorite
way
things,
people behave. So like
Yeah.
to be in those rooms, you got to be a fly on the wall and just see, like people watch. You know, like I used to take martial arts, right?
Yeah.
And when I was like a white or yellow belt, I still used to watch the black belts like do their forms and stuff. I wasn't allowed to do that type of shit.
Yeah.
But I used to watch it. You ask my mom, like, I learned the form by just watching it. And they were mad at me that I was doing it better than them, but I wasn't even a black belt yet. You can't do that yet, you know? But
They're kind of cultish with the rules of like when you can learn.
yeah.
certain moves.
So being in them rooms, I sit back and I observe and I watch, and that's one of the best ways of learning. And you know, just learning the way people. My first studio session was A AP Ferg. Beat Billionaire. He took me in the studio with A AP Ferg, and he did jet lag. That nigga did jet lag in like 15 minutes, bro.
Really?
Like I seen him cook the beat, and then he went in the booth and he made that motherfucking song so damn fast, but it was his creative method, you know. And then being in other sessions with other artists that made music that were signed, they didn't do it just like him, but they did it sort of like him. So that like that influenced me to make music a certain way. But your question was like, there's also the aspect of like some of these motherfuckers in the industry is creeps.
Yeah,
you feel me?
That's
A lot.
true. Big fact.
How did that influence me? Shit. I ain't, you know, I ain't dealing with that type of shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it influenced me in like many different ways.
Yeah.
But
You're aware. It makes you more aware.
yeah, my question is like, in what ways are you saying like specifically?
Like, I guess if you're not like drinking like every night in the studio, like smoke, because you know a lot of people do that, right? Like that's never been.
Nah. Nah, we up in here to work.
There you go. That's
we up in here to work now. Like when we in here, we gonna buy a bottle. We might sip some lean. We gonna definitely smoke some weed up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like now when I'm outside of here, I'm not really like, I'm not no drinker.
Yeah, that's good. How did so martial arts? Now I'm starting to kind of figure it out, piece it together. You and Beats, you guys put this place together, the boxing or
Oh, okay, so
we missed that part.
oh shit, nah, cause that's after. That's like
Is that after?
yeah, cause all right, so
You gotta connect the dots.
yeah, that's let me connect the dots.
Yeah,
All right. So where we at with it? All right, I moved out, went to Atlanta. Shit happened in Atlanta, but I got my team moved out here.
Mm-hmm.
We was doing that. We was doing the casting. I was doing the casting shit. That's how I met you.
Okay.
Like I met you like 2 months into being out here.
Yeah.
On the Ty Dolla scene, like hit the ground running, and then Zay and Beat Billionaire flew out here like 2019. That's when we started to make the music shit. And then, you know, Beat, he's a legend already, and he don't really need to like really work. So
Yeah.
as a family man and as a man should, you should focus on your family. And his son got into boxing, and with that, like I went down there to Atlanta, and we went to the fucking like their gym. It was in like this barn behind the crib. But it was cool, like
Yeah.
they training the kids how to box, but you know, Beat like, man, I want my own shit. You feel me? It's just some ball shit. Like I want my own shit. And
Yeah.
for my son, he could come in here whenever he want, and he could box whenever he want.
Yeah.
So he found the spot, man, and shit, got the spot. We tore it down, bro. Like we tore down the whole motherfucker. Like it had like the office ceiling with the white tiles.
Yeah.
And next door it was like this African spot. When I went in there, like the white tiles was gone. All you seen was like the bare top.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, but you know, he got like the sprinkler system and shit, so it looked like a loft on some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, we gotta tear down the top. He said, hold on, let's ask. We asked like 2 months. They said, yeah, we gotta tear down the top. Tore down the top. We broke down walls. We painted the whole thing. He painted like Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather on the wall. We drove down to South Georgia. We picked up a rain.
Yeah.
Like, it was pouring rain, bro. We in a fucking Jeep Gladiator, like sliding, like with the fucking shit on the back. We had to, you know, it's raining, so we had to pack it on the back and shit. Like, but just thinking about the hard work, and it's been like 2 years, and that the gym is fire.
It's been over 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years
Fire.
going on 3. Man, it's called I think it's Billionaire Boxing. Hold up.
Yeah, pull it up, bro, because I'm about to check that spot out. I wasn't able to do it my last trip to Atlanta. I did get some good interviews in. Shouts out to Young Lottie in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And but yeah, Beat Billionaire. That was the boxing gym that he I guess that's his boxing gym. And yeah, we're gonna learn about that. And I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna interview people there.
My bad. Just
And but yeah, so that's the boxing gym.
yeah, it's
Billionaire
in Powder Springs. Yeah, it's let me pull it up. My bad. I just had to.
No, you're good.
That's a crazy ass thing.
Oh, good.
All right. You know, I ain't checked my phone in a minute. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
What is going on?
Yeah, billion dollar boxing.
$1 billion boxing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna check them out. And yeah, so it's just like that was for his son. And
But you know, he got like his son was fighting with like Golden Glove winners and shit. So
yeah, so
he got
high
some
level.
some young I think they're not amateurs. They're
Well, they got some pros. Okay.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Some up and coming pros. That's
Yeah.
what's up, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, so you helped them rip it out and put everything.
yeah. I feel like I'm a part owner.
That's
you know,
cool,
but that's
bro.
my brother, you know, and you know, it's just like we all just want to help each other build something,
Yeah.
a legacy, you know.
Yeah.
It takes a team, it takes a village, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just grateful that, you know, he brought me on the team. Like, I remember the night I met him, hopped in the Jeep Wrangler, I played him some music that I made, you feel me? And I brought them from the studio, you feel me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's kind of like a movie, like how everything just fell into place on some shit.
You never know who you're gonna meet, where you're gonna meet them, and what that relationship can turn into. You know, business or
For sure.
friends become family in some
Yeah.
cases. Like,
And it's just like how you treat people, though, you know?
100%.
And also, you know, being a good person and keeping your name good, man. It's like
You know.
when people could vouch for you, like it was my homie Zay, you know, he met Zay first.
Yeah.
Zay introduced him to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, Zay is a cool nigga, so you must be a cool nigga. Oh, and you make music. Zay take pictures, but you make music. Okay, and like, what can you do for me? It's not like, what can I do for you? It's like, what can you do for me on some shit?
Yeah.
You know, there's always a trade off with shit. I want to say, if you're not useful to someone, you're useless.
Yeah.
You know,
when you start with trying to be a good person first, then that's how you end up in these situations.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure, because you gotta be authentic, and people see past the bullshit very fast.
Yeah, once you see it one time,
It's like, yeah,
radar to that.
I ain't dealing with that.
No, you're already a couple steps ahead. You can see it. Like you said, people watching.
Yeah.
You do that long enough, you gonna figure some shit out.
Exactly. But I feel like a lot of people don't people watch, I guess. Because it's like motherfuckers be oblivious. They're
just walking around living life the way they're living, I suppose.
Yeah, shit crazy.
It's crazy, but you know, like if it was easy, everybody would do it and everybody would be successful. But it's not easy what you're doing. You know, like how many, like you said, just the cost of being in here, just the hours, like
yeah,
it's a process.
And then like it's like starting a business, you know.
Yeah.
You know, other than music and shit, I got like 2 companies or whatever I do on the side.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of people don't start a business because they're afraid it's gonna fail. But that's where like the music, they don't try that. But which I have a friend out here, Brew, and he said, "What you are in one thing is what you are in everything." And basically, if you're afraid to try in one thing,
Yeah.
you're afraid to try in everything. If you're mediocre at one thing, or if you put mediocre effort into one thing, you're gonna put mediocre effort into the rest of these things. You know,
Your whole life.
your whole life. That's who you are. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, I like from leaving New Orleans to like investing in myself, going broke. Like when I moved out here, I didn't contact my uncles. I packed everything in my Jeep Wrangler and just drove out here. A Jeep Wrangler that get 11 miles per gallon. So Atlanta to out here, you feel me? And then like we didn't get into the part of like sleeping in the whip and all that extra shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But to do that, but you have in your mind like the outcome of where you want to be.
Yeah.
And if you believe in yourself, like starting the business, you're gonna see that shit through.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, I feel like God sees it and he's like, I'm gonna help you out. Cause he see that you're striving to do something. But if you're not, if you're not trying, nothing ever gonna happen.
Yeah. And you can't be like stepping on people to try to
get where you want. Don't throw nobody under the bus. And that's a lot of people do that, but see, those gatekeepers or those people at the top see that shit and they see, oh, you a snake. I'm not about to let you get over here because you're going to try to snake me once you get to this level.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you got to, that's why I go back to keeping your name clean and being a good person and, just do things the right way and don't force nothing. Your village, your tribe is going to come to you. You're going to fall into, y'all going to come together because vibrations meet like vibrations. You feel me?
Yeah. It's just,
they say in space, I forgot because the absence of whatever, like if a light metal sees another light metal, instantly it attaches and it can't be taken apart no matter what.
Once it attaches.
Yeah. And that's what vibrations are, you feel me? So
a lot of people don't know about how important that is of just like everything that goes on around us every day.
Yeah.
And energy in that way is the same way your thoughts were. How much energy you put into this, like dictates how successful this is. If all you think about is this, if all Michael Jordan thought about was basketball. That's why he was that good.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's very missing from like culture these days. I don't know. I feel like this culture is like low key kind of lazy a little bit.
It's just like I just feel.
I'm lazy as fuck too sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying
Nah,
overall, like I'm really out here just like I'm fighting for like this because I know how much it helps people and what I'll be able to give my legacy and what I'm gonna be remembered for and what my kids are gonna be able to look up to. You know?
Yeah, not for sure.
For me, that's just where I'm at with this whole thing. You know what I mean? But everybody's journey is their journey. While we're on the music, From the Shadows with Love.
Yes.
How'd that name come up, and how did the whole thing come together? Because you sent it to me right when it came out, and bro, it's very good.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. So, me and my bro Xander, like I think like since 2022, late 2022, we like been just locked in. Like we really locked in 2023, and like we just grew a sound. So we just been building like a whole bunch of songs, and we always talk about we never really talked definite of like how I'm gonna like release any of the music or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I got a laptop full of songs, but I've been teasing and like, yo, I'm gonna release music. But a few weeks ago, I got a business. I got a car rental company, right?
Mm.
And like in the past 2 months, one renter, I don't really care that he wrecked the car because he's from Russia.
Yeah.
And he was escaping. He was like they do the draft over there. So once Putin was like,
he's about to go to war.
Yeah. So he fled over here, you know.
Yeah.
So he ended up in one of my cars. He told me this afterwards, but he ended up wrecking my whip. And I really don't care for that one. But like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, I forgot how many fucking weeks ago.
Another one.
The renter, yeah. I just bought this car in January. Got everything straight. Got it on the road. A week go by, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna extend the car. An hour go by and he didn't send the money, so I track my car and like I see the voltage is like 0.4. I'm like, oh fuck, text him, he wrecked my fucking car. So this is 2 cars. Man,
What?
that night I went to sleep. I woke up like 4 a.m. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm about to release some music, man. Like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm about to. So, like, in that instant, like, I had, like, all the R&B songs in, like, one album.
Yeah.
So I just listened to each one of them and was like, okay, these the ones I want. Chose them. Released it, like, 2 days later, man. I was like, man, fuck it. I need to. And I've been holding on to it for so long. I needed to just let this out. And then I've been listening to like Party Next Door. So I've been on some R&B vibes lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been dealing with this chick, man. She a fucking headache. And a lot of these songs, like I made these songs before I met her.
Yeah.
But they kind of like fit the criteria of what's going on with her. So I was like, let me just put this out here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good. It's really good, bro. I'm proud of you. You said you were like looking for your sound like a long time ago. I don't know how long ago, but we were talking.
Yeah.
And you played something. I listened to it. And I was like, oh, that's tight. And we were talking. Do you feel like you have a good grasp of like what your sound is, or like what you want it to be, or where you're gonna go next with it? Like a little bit of auto tune. Is that always?
Yeah, I'm like at the beginning, like people tell me like I don't need auto-tune and I really don't.
Yeah.
But for aesthetics,
I like
for
it.
the times that we're in,
Yeah.
and then like it's so futuristic. Like when you think about space and the future, auto-tune is kind of like that sound that you remember that there used to be a movie on Disney. I think it was like. Is it Zoolander or something like that? Zoom. It's something like they're like some futuristic shit, but it's like that's what auto tune is to me. So I really fuck with it, and like music, it changes with time.
Yeah.
So I can't just say that like this is my sound,
Yeah.
you know, because I wanted to some of the shit I was playing earlier, and I'm not gonna play it on here. We probably can play a song or two, but anyways, next time. But it's a different song. This is an R&B album. The next album is gonna be like a rap trap album,
Nice.
and then who knows? I might do a country album one day.
Shit. There's money to be made in that too. You know what I mean? Like crossover shit is like really a thing. Dirk and Morgan Wallen, they make music.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You got
You're right.
stupid rich with that. Like,
You're right.
They made hell money. doing
But it's like not to get kind of like I'm not making it for like
it.
it's like I want this shit to stand. I do want to be like on that level,
Yeah.
but I want it to stand alone because it's like I'm not making music for like mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not to like, oh, this just kind. When I make these beats, it's like this is just a feeling, like, and I morph like I could take some country guitars, but I'm gonna morph those guitars to make them sound how I want to, slow them down, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like creating your own genre.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got like Playboy Cardi sounds nothing like how Playboy Cardi.
Oh my
sounded.
gosh, bro, that's a whole new.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole right. But I don't want to go that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that.
That's a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna do like some random questions.
Let's go.
5 years from now, what are you gonna be doing? Maybe career-wise, or just you got multiple businesses. What are your goals for you? What are you gonna be doing in 5 years?
In 5 years,
I know it's
I will be
way-
37.
That's young, like these days for sure.
Yeah, I would say by that time I would want to have my crib in New York, in Manhattan. That's a dream, right? Well,
That'd be tight.
nah, that would be fire. But honestly, like owning properties, multiple places. Me and you were talking about like spots in Portugal.
Gotta come check out.
I'm working on my dual citizenship, so Trinidad and Grenada. So that's two potential places, but Grenada opens me up to a lot of stuff. I could go to Europe and probably buy a property. I got to look more into that type of shit. But like that's kind of like the wave, like this, like building up enough equity to start to play Monopoly around the world.
Get to experience whatever you want to experience at that point.
You know?
And then when you're in Europe, you travel within Europe. It's so much cheaper to do that.
Man, I hear you can take the train from wherever to wherever.
Yeah.
Probably could take the plane.
Everything's cheap. Like that's one thing I realized on this last trip. I went to Portugal last year. I'm going here in like less than a month. And you gotta come check it out.
Nah, I'll definitely take that trip.
Like,
You said it's in June though, right?
yeah, I'm going in June, but I'm gonna go twice a year every year. That's
Okay.
like what my plan is.
If you go later in the year, let me go.
Mhm.
Let me know. I'll take that
Absolutely.
trip.
What does it look like? Like if you're gonna get property or something in Trinidad or Grenada or so you're thinking about it or something like that, what's the landscape look like? What would you be looking at again? I've never been out there. I don't know.
Grenada
What it
is
is
like mountainous.
Nice.
We have property in both places. Trinidad we're close to the beach, but that's not really too many mountains.
Okay.
More flat. But it's cool to like own shit.
Yeah.
But I just came from Tulum recently, and like they building up Tulum a lot right now. Like it's still like slums,
Yeah.
but they're building up resorts and stuff because the American dollars are there, and there's more places like that all over the world than just Tulum.
Yeah.
In
Pretty
Trinidad there's Tobago, well, Tobago's its own separate island, but you know what I'm saying. Like there's so it's like investments. Like where can we park our money that'll make us more money, more passive income, because that's,
Airbnbs.
you know,
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a lot of ideas, but we talked earlier about like kind of what I got going on, what my plans are. So I'm on the same.
You know, that's really like when you ask that question, like, where do I see myself in 5 years? It's like, you know, establishing wealth. Yeah, that's the mindset.
Mindset, bro. I love it. I'm gonna see where we're at. We life lessons, perspective, questions. All right, we're gonna finish off like with another question or two, and then we'll do shout outs. And good. If your younger self could see you now, what would your younger self think? Any of the things you've accomplished, were those any things that you have like ever
It's
thought
just-
of at a young age?
I've experienced things I thought I would never, you know, from even like riding in a Rolls Royce, that type of shit. Like, it's the little things, and like my younger self looking up to me is like, yeah, you've done some things. You've been in the rooms. You've written for people. You know these people, but the job ain't over. Kind of like, it's just like, it's like,
There's something
finish the job now. It's like, you've come this far.
Yeah,
You've been, you know, you got the experience.
yeah,
Now it's time to like capitalize. It's like, you know, if my younger self saw me right now, it's just like, yo, finish the job.
yeah.
You feel me?
I love it. Yeah, you made it, bro. And just like it's
Not
right,
yet.
not yet, but like the finish line is
It's
not the
right
finish
here.
line,
It's
you
in
know what I
grass.
mean?
It's in. I just talking to my bro. Like, it's like, it's right there. It's like God put us in these positions, you know, for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's right there. But it's up to us. It's like going back to the message earlier. It's like, do you have that thick skin? Do you have that mind? Do you have that mentality to finish that job? It's so easy to get there and then just be like, and then,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Nah,
Never get comfortable.
Nah.
Love it, bro. What's next for you musically?
Videos, marketing, like just figuring it out, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're your own boss. And this, like we were talking about it earlier, it's like you own yourself, you own your
Yeah.
you know, you're a star in your own right. There's Instagram now, you know,
Yeah.
you're your own media outlet. So it's just getting more content and just releasing it. And that's about it. I really want to just like, for the rest of the year, I'll probably release the rest of my music. I want to like go into 2026. Let's start on some new shit. Cause I'm tired of holding on to, it's a lot of good shit. So I just need to give it out.
For sure.
For sure.
You're doing your thing, bro. How do you define for yourself success, like today? Like what does that look like to you? What does success mean, like in this moment?
Being well off, being taken care of, man. You know, we live in crazy times right now, you know, but that's life. And I bet in the 1800s they was like, we living in crazy times. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, but you gotta take care of yourself. And I've seen my mom work. I've seen old people work, and I don't want to be an old person working.
Yeah.
So at a young age, you got to take care of what you got to take care of to be well off when you're older, right? So that's how, you know, that's That's what I'm on. It's just like just taking care of self and saving money and putting it in the right places, and
The right people.
I like, I own my time.
Yeah.
Like I don't clock in. I every day when I wake up I'm clocked in. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's that's what it's about. And it's when I'm 40, I want to be able to, like, I got 500K saved up. Like it's easy to talk about that type of shit, but that's really like the mentality. Because if you had 500K right now, what would you be doing?
Making more off of that 500K. Every
You
flipping,
feel me?
investing it, doing it. You know what I mean? Like not fumbling the bag. That's what
Not fumbling the bag, and then and it gives you the wiggle room to, feel me. We travel a lot. We do what we want to do. It's at a cost right now, but that cost is gonna pay for. You gotta pay that cost.
The currency, like if you look at currency, money, whatever material things, I think the memories I have from traveling and the relationships that I've built from just leaving home
Mm-hmm.
far outweighs any dollar amount that anybody can
And
for their own self.
I feel like that brings you the wealth.
Yeah, opportunity.
That's your network is your network. Who you know, and it's not getting money from. I'm not saying in that aspect.
Yeah.
It's like when you touch different places and you touch different people, and you open your eyes to different things, you open up more opportunities.
Sure. That's facts. That is probably the best fucking information that's ever been on this shit ever. Just right there, literally. Q, before I go, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to shout anybody out, let anybody know, your final words or whatever, or where they can find you, listen to your music?
Oh shit. Yeah. Damn. All right. You can find me on Instagram. Anything. Just type in Quie Francis Francis. I should pop up. That should just be the name. If you're looking for my music, it's just under Quie Quie. You can type in Quie from the shadows with love, and that should come up, bring you to all of my music.
Yep.
Shout out to you, bro, for creating this platform, and really caring to go out. Because how many people really do that? And you travel on your own dime to do that.
I do, bro. You called me a journalist today, bro, and I appreciate that because the more and more I do this, the more I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just out here showing what's really going on in the world.
You're a life journalist, bro. And you caring about going to people with some stories, man. And
that shit's important, bro. Me, on those travels and all those situations, whatever it may have been. It could have been 4 a.m, a rooftop in LA. It could have been in the mountains somewhere in Montana, fishing in Minnesota. Like, no matter what, bro, I've connected with so many people, and I've just like taken a little bit away from all of them. But their stories, bro, I'm like, you went through that, and you're just like living your dream right now. Like, you have to hear it though to be able to like even know you can do that or are capable of doing that, But it was me being like, fuck it, I'm full send, I'm just rolling the dice, I'm going to this state,
For
it's
sure.
just what's in my car right now.
facts.
And just doing that, bro, has opened up so many opportunities and changed my mindset to the point where like I'm cool with so many people that I can pull up here and do this with you. Like same thing with people in New York
Real shit.
and wherever and in other countries,
Real shit.
and that's what it's all about, bro. Like,
Hell yeah, we should probably like get an episode in London or something, in Portugal, bro.
I'm gonna do one because so like at the pad there's like a rooftop where I grew up on this little rooftop. My grandma used to do like laundry on it
Yeah.
back in the day, and now it's just like a flat, and I'm gonna put like little tables up there, bro, and just like,
We got a nice view.
bro, it's just trees, beautiful mountains, vineyards,
Hell
as far as the
yeah.
eyes can see,
That's
and the
fucking-
sunsets, bro, they're nuts, bro. Take a little mushroom and just chill.
Man, that sounds amazing.
I'm telling you,
That
that's what
sounds
it's
amazing.
like. All the people that have brought me in. It's like the same way I'm just returning the favor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what that place is there for. I can't be there every single day, and you know, like most of the people that pull up, they want to help me around at the house or do whatever. I'm like, you're here 2 weeks, do whatever you want. You got a place to stay. You want an authentic experience, bro? Like that's what it is. That's where I grew up. You know? My dad just wants to show everybody around and do all that. So you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying? You've been, you know, been real good to me, bro. So yeah, I want to say thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're gonna catch up here soon. And thank you, everybody. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Boom.
I gotta take a piss. Bro.
That was perfect, bro.
That was fire? Oh no.
Yeah. I appreciate that. How long you been doing this, bro? 2 years, bro.
Oh, nice,
yeah,
man.
2 years. I've been on my grind for 2 years.
Honestly, it don't even feel like that was like just real conversation.
That's
bro.
all it is, bro. Like I swear, my whole life, that's what I was. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, bro. Like the way I grew up and all the places I've been. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing else that built me than this, bro. Like